We're playing as Olympias? Yes. Bits of pie. Straight from the oven. Alrighty. Trying this YouTube stream for the first time. Won't be surprised if there aren't a lot of viewers, as I've never done this before. But, a little explanation of what I've done so far. The very first series, because I was having technical difficulties still, you can find on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/bigspoon, BIGSPOON_N. And you can find the first one, I'll post that here as well, on YouTube eventually. But basically in that one, I have beaten Father Gascoigne and the Cleric Beast. I've tied up some loose ends, like I've told the little girl that her mother's dead, sadly. I know. And I have sent the old woman to Odin Chapel. I've talked to the imposter Yosefka to see that the lines have changed. And even beyond that, I've done a little bit of grinding. Grinding for the Hunter Chief emblem can be kind of boring. It's 10,000 blood echoes is a lot at this level, so I went ahead and did that off screen. But I haven't picked up any of the items in the area that I ground through. So we'll still get all the item lore. And I also, I did pick up some bloodstone shards, because we've already read the bloodstone shards, and I needed to upgrade my axe to 3, and I've upgraded my pistol to +2. Finishing my dinner here, we'll wait, see if anyone wants to join. And these are my current stats. I'm not totally sure what weapons I'm going to be gravitating towards this playthrough. But the Hunter's Axe has a pretty good strength favoring, but also still pretty skill-heavy scaling. So I'm leaving my strength and my skill at 15 right now, and I'm just going to focus on getting my vitality and endurance up to 20 each. Unless I decide on a weapon that brings me down any one route. Usually with Arcane, I don't bother with it until the late game. In New Game Plus. Because most of the really good reasons to be Arcane are late game items. I do often trend towards Strength plus Arcane because I love the Amygdalin arm. But honestly, this is one of those games where the Hunter's Axe is kind of my all-time favorite weapon. It just has really great crowd control, rally potential. So I might just use it for most of the game. What we'll be doing is looking at lore and level design and just playing through, having a good time because it's Christmas night. All right, in about 5 minutes. Let us go to Cathedral Ward. Just gotta see about Eileen, when she moves exactly. Might not be till after Amelia, but or maybe not until after Old Yarnum opens or Bloodstar Beast. So I bought the Hunter's Chief emblem because I enjoy to go first to him with Charnel Lane. A lot of people We'll neglect to purchase the Hunter Chief Emblem, which opens a gate through there. Or through there and then up there. And instead we'll just go straight down through that opening to Old Yharnam. And you can do that, but that's one of the ways that this game sort of disguises itself as being very difficult, because Old Yharnam is really tough as a next level. But Hemwick Charnel Lane is actually really fair, and I think that since the Hunter Chief Emblem is there to purchase, and it really does unlock Hemwick Charnel Lane earlier, I think that the signs are there in the game, if you pay attention to them, to just, give yourself a little bit of a break. Okay, so the old lady has come to the chapel.
I haven't forgotten.
The kindness I did for you?
Do you think I owe you something?
Yeah, like some drugs?
Well, that's a fine lark, I'd say. This whole mess that Yharnam's in, it's all your fault. You put it to the outsiders.
It's not... Okay.
Our blood's ruined.
Okay, so she said something interested there.
Don't you come near me.
It's all the fault of us hunters, us filthy outsiders. And I know we don't technically have the item yet, but on the crow feather garb that we saw on a loading screen earlier, it tells us that the first hunters were from a faraway land. So, it's interesting to me that she says it's all our fault, us hunters, us outsiders. That seems to be sort of de jour knowledge here in the city. Like, people know about that. Let's see if she has anything else to say.
You.
Nope. Same thing she was saying. That she knows all of our tricks. Now, another thing I want to display is we're going to go through this area with the HUD on. Man, these guys are easy to parry. Pretty much any time from their wind up to their execution is an executable parry moment. We're going to go through this area a little bit with the HUD on, and then I like to play this game with the HUD off because I've played this game quite a few times. And I find that the more you get used to playing with the HUD off, the better you get at controlling the combat system. And while I definitely wouldn't recommend anyone go into Bloodborne and play it in their first time with the HUD off, I'd say that anyone who has played Bloodborne and finds himself playing it again, a great thing to do is to come in here, go to Environment, turn the display HUD off. It just makes for a very, very picturesque screen. It really draws your attention to the level design of this beautiful game. Alright, so here's a fellow with an item. A Madman's Knowledge. Now, it's my guess, because something happens here later that we'll talk about, but it's my guess that sometimes those items, since most of the Madman's Knowledge we found have been very, very far away in the bowels of level, it takes a lot of time to get there. This one is relatively close to the lantern, and he's also wearing church garb, which no one else has. And so I think that this item is actually a subtle hint to the player that this area is significant, because why would a church hunter be dead with Madman's Knowledge right next to this temple? So we're going to keep that in mind. And I want you guys to focus too on how different the game plays and looks with no HUD. So first off, you don't see the targeting reticle. I do not like it when both of them are aggroed. I should be able to fell them both. Oh, almost. Now, because I was hit once, I'm going to use one blood vial. That's the most troubling part of the HUD, not being able to see your health, but if you focus on not being hit and just use a blood vial at the end of every battle, assuming you've been hit once and you've rallied, it actually works out. Alright, what do we got here? Wooden shield. Let's take a read, huh? We should also read some things that I picked up in the interim. One is the Hunter Chief Emblem. Let's read that. A cloth emblem that belonged to the captain of church hunters long ago opens the main gate that leads to the round plaza of the great cathedral. The main gate is shut tight on nights of the hunt, and could only be opened from the other side with this emblem. In other words, the captain's return and this emblem determined the end of the hunt. Sort of a safeguard signal. Interesting design on the Hunter Chief emblem. I'm not sure what it references. Looks either like some scales, maybe like a workshop tool. Looks very finely woven. And what else do we have to look at? Ah, yes, the shield, I believe. A crude wooden shield used by the masses who have arisen to join the hunt. Hunters do not normally employ shields, ineffectual against the strength of beasts as they tend to be. Shields are nice, but not if they engender passivity. See, this is the problem. I think that it kind of indicates to us that the masses who have arisen are perhaps not given sufficient equipment to deal with the beasts. And in fact, the only people we see with... there's an item over there. It's something to note for later. The only people who we see with shields have also turned quite beastly. Okay, let's head back down here, and I want to grab a monocular real quick. And I want to grab some new clothes. Take out this guy. Yeah. He had just begun to line up still. Okay, now I don't want to die, and I don't have enough insight to actually see what's going on. But I want this stuff. This is a fine note. Let's grab this stuff. Now, there's a really cool trick the level design pulls here. Now, of course, I know about that. Most players won't. They'd be grasped up by that and then they die. And I think that the trick that it pulls here is that Bloodborne definitely wants you to be cautious, like any Miyazaki game. But, like, if a player is being cautious and grabs that item and then wants to turn around and take a look at this thing, which is kind of shaded, then they'll be victim to whatever the heck that cosmic energy just was. Alright, so we got ourselves some new clothes. So this is identical, it looks like, except for this hunter garb that we're wearing right now, or that we were wearing earlier, is like 10 better at defending against blunt. So the one that we found in the sewer is actually a little bit better. And they have the same description, except for that this one has a short cape to wipe away blood, and this one is without the cape that wipes away blood. This one also has a top hat, a hat worn by hunters who admire formality. Some hunters place an emphasis on form as seen by the use of the threaded cane. For them, formality, beauty, and justice are the very essence of our humanity, and precisely what keeps hunters from being something else. Now, it's interesting to me that this top hat hunter's garb was found discarded precisely where this cosmic horror seems to be, and it gives the implication early in the game that the hunter that was there was whisked away somehow and its clothes left. I have theories about who that is, but they are just theories. Alright, let us take care of this giant boy. And these guys seem hard because they're big, but this is just your classic Dark Souls, stay by their booty, and they're very slow. And they also stagger very easily, which you wouldn't expect because they're so large. But you can really abuse that stagger. Like, I think he's probably one more shot away. Okay, close, close. There he is. Ah, thank you, Bloodstone Shard. Alright, so up there is where we'll use our Hunter's Chief emblem, but first I want to grab myself a little monocular, or binocular, I'm not sure which it is in this one, because I like to look at pretty things. Speaking of pretty things, goodness me, look at this. No! or a blood vial just in case, and these guys always pay you back for them. Now notice now I'm not focusing on the numbers of my weapons so much as the number of hits it takes for me to kill a thing. And that's way more important than the numbers. The numbers in that way are kind of a distraction when you're playing a video game. It's not important how much closer I'm getting until I hit that breaking point and it changes the number of hits. Another bit of good enemy design is that these crows and the dogs are often more intimidating than large enemies like this. I think the reason that is in Bloodborne is because of rally potential. And when we receive multiple little hits, even though it's not doing as much damage as one club to the head from a big brick might do, the damage that it does is sort of irretrievable through rally, because every subsequent hit removes the ability to rally that last one, and so they end up being a lot more dangerous in groups than these big old enemies are, because the enemies that are big might hit hard, but you can predict them fairly easily. Here's our monocular. Now that we have use for the tiny music, or no more use for the tiny music box, we can swap out our music box for our monocular on the quick menu. And why don't we just take a look at this lovely landscape. This is the bridge that leads to Gascoigne, I believe. That is what the bridge to Cathedral Ward should be, but it's been blocked off. And that is where we fought the Cleric Beast, right down there. That's a big fucker who will sometimes kill me because he's tough. And they really fuck with you over here because they hide a scuttling little pile of bones that has delicious upgrade material right behind him. You can see him there. Here, I'll try to show you. You see he's right behind that lamppost. So there really is no way to get to him with enough time to kill him without aggroing this guy. I did it. And this guy's actually a little bit misleading, because you would think with this ball it's very dangerous to be behind him. And it is, but if you can dash around based on his patterns, you can deal with him pretty easily. And again, having the Hunter's Axe heavy attack I think is very helpful. And we've got 3 Bloodstone Shards, wonderful. Now we'll see a little bit of embarrassing level design, I think, but I don't think it's that embarrassing down here in this hallway. This kind of reeks of cut content, like it was supposed to connect at some point. You just desecrate all these urns. And I think that these urns serve a purpose. I think these are big incense urns. I don't think these are actual ash. I think that the candles on top of some of them indicate that they're incense. And I think that they're here to ward beasts away from this chest, which contained a blood gem. And why don't we now read that blood gem? I guess I don't have any in my inventory because it's on my weapon right now. Now we'll read it later then. And this is the door that is closed, that is right behind the lantern where we fought Cleric Beast. And so when we found that note saying that the Cathedral Ward bridge had been shut off, it had been shut off both with some apparent form of blasting and also with some locking of doors. And presumably people aren't going to try to unlock a door that's behind a giant Cleric Beast. I think it would have been cool if later in the game that door was unlockable after you had cleared Cleric Beast. But like, since you came along and cleared that guy, some beast residents of Yharnam were able to muster up the courage to skulk over there and fidget with the door. I think that would have been cool. You see again that sort of action, sort of weird action going on, and here is where we present our Hunter Chief Emblem. Interesting that this thing just clicks on when you show the emblem. I had a friend who had a theory that messengers would pull it. It doesn't look like that's the case. Missed opportunity there, I think. Lots of coffins in this area. Here we see a new enemy, denoted by his large cap. And it's funny, these enemies are pretty easy to parry, which I think lulls you into a false insecurity with this guy, because you see that cane and you're like, I'm just going to parry this guy. And then he hits you full frontal with this flamethrower, and you're in a terrible situation. You can't parry a flamethrower. I think down there is a path we do want to explore, but first, I'm going to get me some items. Thick cold blood, baby. I like my cold blood thick. Stagger, stagger. Even though I probably gained most of that back with rally potential, I just like to heal up after every fight when I'm playing with no HUD. This is a damn curse. We're finished. I like to hear what voice lines I can.
You! You're not from around here, are you?
Sure ain't.
Well, an outsider who's come to join the hunt? What a pathetic idea. You what? What, you think I'm a beast? Well, maybe I think you're a beast. And
This guy's the only one with some spunk. Everyone else is terrified that we're trying to lull them out.
What, you think this is funny? Well, I certainly don't, so I'll have nothing to do with your beast stunts.
And the prostitute store.
Oh my, what a queer scent.
Now she can smell it too. Another reference to our smell.
The stench of blood and beast any day.
See? It's not the stench of blood.
What is it then?
So this confirms that a hunter's scent is not blood.
This is no
Or
place
beast.
for
It's different. It's, I think, moon. I think it's moon-scented
Wouldn't want to
hunter.
drag you down too. I'm off during hunts, and besides, this is no place for ladies.
It's a brothel. Okay, this is a dangerous hallway. Pretty sure there's a gunner at the end of that mist. Yep, there's that guy. Wow, these coffins aren't just locked up, they are chained to walls. That is bizarre. Why would you chain a coffin to a wall? Like, these must be some very strong bodies inside of here. Chaining it locked is one thing. Chaining it to a wall? That's some serious stutter. Tricky. Okay, I hear some, yep. Whew, I thought that was gonna miss. This guy is strong. Thank you for coming to me, dear gunner. Some blood vials, some quicksilver bullets. I'll heal once. There's a door over there, and there's an item right here. Alright, we got some new garb. Hell yeah, brother garb! Okay, black church hat. Attire of healing church hunters. Most healing church hunters are elementary doctors who understand the importance of early prevention of the scourge. Achieved by disposing of victims, and even potential victims, before signs of sickness manifest themselves as scary. Their black attire is synonymous with fear, I understand that, and that peculiar Yarnum madness. Okay, so same description here, only this one has the holy shawl, symbol of the healing church. Flutters proudly on their backs. Surgical long gloves, white surgical gloves, The intricate embroidery weaves a spell that protects their wearer. The church engages in the hunt in a medical capacity. When a cancer is discovered, one must pinpoint its location, reach in, and wrench it from the host's bosom. Attire of healing church hunters. Most hunters are elementary doctors, yada yada yada. Same stuff. So we've learned that healing church hunters are pretty gruesome people. They seem to be killing people even before signs of sickness occur, which means that they know very well that anyone who imbibes some blood is going to be a beast eventually, and so essentially what they're engaging in is genocide. Terrifying.
We've the deepest gratitude for the church and all they do for us.
And this person's still trying to
Widest gratitude. Yes.
kiss up, get close.
Yes.
She's clearly lying.
Oh.
We've got another door over here. I think it's safe.
Praise you. Praise the old
Same
damn
sort of
church.
energy here.
And best of luck,
Nervously
lads.
praising the church.
Best luck of all.
He's drunk, but probably not on alcohol, probably on blood. He's also hitting something in there. It stops when he starts talking. What's going on in there? Banging his head against a wall, maybe? More poison knives. We'll have to read those in a second. Ah, now this section really sucks. Just a bunch of environment to get caught up on, and a big ol' ambush waiting for you over here. Death to the minister. Interesting. So these guys seem to be rising up specifically against the healing church. I think ministers of blood come from the healing church. The minister's finished, maybe? That was close. Still is close. Let's run down here, get out of the line of fire. Quick heal, turn around. Wow, still in the line of fire. That's absurd. Looks like the other ones have de-aggroed. Zigzag it. Bit here. Throwing knife. God damn, really? Okay, let's deal with that fellow, eh? Come on. Come on. Dealt with. Where did the beast go? Did I take him out somehow? I don't think so. Do need those blood vials. Yep, there he is. Some unpleasant sounds. Oh, damn it. Whew, alright, well that could have gone much worse, but it didn't go very, very well. Grab some thick cold blood. That's 4. That might have a different description. I think we've read 1, 2, 3, and 5. I'm not going to hang around and find out what that slurpy noise is quite yet. Now here's a view. See some church giants shambling about. I see the streets we just came from down there. Ooh, wow, this really does, the blood, this lighting really Makes you realize how gruesome it is. A watchman of Bergenworth guards the gate with a password, the sacred adage of the Grand Cathedral. This tells us that if we encounter a password, and the password will probably be in some way related to the Grand Cathedral, which looks probably like it's that building. Let's head there if we may. See, there's a ladder to the side as well. Not a very well lit one. Some more quicksilver bullets. A couple fellows up there that will keep walking, and this dog, which we definitely want to deal with. Cold Blood 5. We're probably getting close to some good leveling here. Real quick, let's just open this puppy up. And let's open this puppy up. And now we've got 2 wonderful shortcuts, all for the price of 10,000 souls spent on that Hunter Chief Emblem. And we've got our friends here. Oops. So you'll hear a faint ringing behind me. That is not a glitch. That is our first old hunter. Now the Beckoning Bell calls for other players. The Old Hunter Bell calls for actual built-in NPCs that are old hunters. And we see that it is the messengers sitting there ringing. This is interesting that it suggests the presence of a boss close by. Or maybe something else. But Old Hunter Henriette. We'll summon her shortly. For now... Your lady Ladders has got some ladders to climb, baby. Oh yeah. Numbing Mist, that's a new item to read. Throw to create a mist cloud that numbs a hunter's life essence and prevents the restoration of HP. Said to be used by the blood hunters of Canehurst. Its recipe is a secret closely guarded by the line of nobles inhabiting the castle. What is it doing here? What is it doing here? And what exactly is going on inside of this bottle? Creates a cloud. Oh, I really can't tell, but it does seem to be some sort of protuberance from a sea of ash. I'm not sure. Used by the blood hunters of Canehurst, its recipe is guarded by the line of nobles inhabiting the castle. So, we'll save this for the castle and we'll look for clues when we're at the castle. Alright, a knife slathered in poison. This curved knife is as thin and sharp as a surgeon's blade, often used for self-defense by special doctors in the healing church. They say that hunters traditionally avoid the use of poison, likely because the poison is too slow to act in the heat of a hunt. So this is interesting. Often used as self-defense, but it's too slow to act in the heat of a hunt. So, how exactly can you justify self-defense with a poison-tipped dagger? I sense a bit of nefariousness here. Yes, I do remember the treasure. Wondrous Eye. I wonder if it's an eye rune. Wonder if it's eye Roomba. Eye robot. There it is. Oh, it's a black messenger hat. Our first messenger cosmetic. Why not let them revel as babes? Let's read it real quick. Hat that messengers are oddly fond of. Symbol of the preventative hunters of the healing church. The inhabitants of the stump appear to have an interest in the inadornment. Why not let them be happy and revel as babes? So I think that there is a bit of lore packed away in this item. I'm a true believer that there's a bit of lore packed away in each of these items. So it tells us that these messengers are oddly fond of the hat. It could just mean that they're oddly fond of it because they have no use for hats. But it also mentions that it's a symbol of the preventative hunters of the healing church. Now what we just learned throughout this sort of run from the black hunter church garb is that the preventative hunters were the ones that were committing kind of the most terrifying deeds of killing people before they even show signs of sickness. And so if the messengers are oddly fond of that particular hat, then it would suggest that the preventative hunters... Oh, hey, look, it's Eileen. That the messengers are oddly fond of death for death's sake, which is kind of scary. And this is a good place for us to end our run while I take a break. Because here's Eileen. She's moved from where we first met her.
Oh, hello there.
So she must have been triggered by the gate
timing.
Opening.
I must warn you not to go near the tomb below Odin Chapel in the Cathedral ward. Henry,
Fair enough.
an old hunter, has gone mad. And he's my mark.
Shh. She wants us to keep her secret. Let's
Don't
talk
go
again.
near the tomb below Odin Chapel. I have business there first.
So what you're saying is, go there. Now, Eileen's an interesting character. She's kind of like Estrella in Demon Souls, in that Estrella's constantly balking at help and acting the hero, but Estrella will die at every chance he has unless you are there with him to save him. And Eileen's story plays out in a similar way. So every time Eileen goes into combat, the default outcome is that she will die. And if you're not there to save her, but if you are there to fight with her, then she can survive. Up until the very last Eileen storyline, where she's eventually hunted down by the Crow of Canehurst. Let us see. We have, nice, 9,000 blood echoes. I like it.
Well, what it... Very well.
Okay, so... Yeah, I think we're going to let our strength and skill remain where they are for now. Still inch our vitality and endurance towards the 20s. That'll help us early.
Farewell, good hunter.
Goodbye. Bye. I'm also going to pair my axe and fortify my sword, or my gun. Oh, I can't still. One short. Damn. Alrighty, y'all. So I'm going to take a quick 15 here. Use the restroom. And we'll be back in a minute to assist Eileen with Emmerich. Oh, hey, Jordan. Oh, yeah, I've been going over lore. But yeah, definitely. Bloodborne's sweet. I've been going for about 30 minutes here, and we're about to assist Eileen with old Uncle Henrik, her old grandfather Henrik. And I was taking a quick 5-minute break to make myself a little snack and get some water, but I'll be back in 5, and then we're going to take down Henrik. If you have any lore questions or anything you want to say, just pop it in the chat, and I'll read it as soon as I get back. Back with a snack, baby. Sounds good, dude. That'll actually give me some time to make sure that I can access Hemwick before doing the Hemrick fight. Alright, so back from my bagel break. It's important for a man to have a bagel break every now and then. Even if that man is playing a woman. Bam, bam, bam. Right on, Jordan. The old Saw Cleaver. Centrifugal force. Not often you see the mention of centrifugal force in a weapon description. Alright, so we don't want to go down there quite yet, because that's where Henrik will be battling Eileen the Crew. Let's see if this old lady has anything to say. Nope. She still knows all my tricks. Go figure. For anyone who's newly joining, you'll see that I play with no HUD, because it's just such a beautiful game, and I played it so long that it's not that hard. And it's nice to re-imbue some challenge to the game when so much of the challenge of this game is removed by familiarity of the level design and layout. Haven't upgraded my strength at all, so I should still be taking the same number of hits to kill these folks. Yeah, thrown at me so that I can stagger you and plunge my hand into your chest cavity and do the same for your buddy here. Boom. Slick as the blood dripping down my coats, baby. Goodbye. Alright, we're not going to bother with old Hunter Himri yet, quite yet, because she's a lady who will help us if we want her to with Miss Amelia. Thick cold blood. Now, we've read 5 already. I'm not sure if we've read 4, which we picked up earlier. It could just be the same. We've read 2 already, and 4 and 5 read the same too. Okay, so that's the little snippet about the strong will. Okay, Scythe Guy plus 2 dudes, not my favorite. We're gonna let Scythe Guy stand there. Draw 2 dudes down yonder. Get out my pistol. Get off a quick visceral. Do the same for his pal. Yeah, moan at me real quick. Visceral. And I think we can get a behind the back visceral on this guy if we do a transform attack. Might shoot him too far away though. Ah, see, he triggers. Let's try to stagger him some more. Nice, he's dealt with. Now we need to deal with that guy who is also denoted as a new enemy because he has a hat on. And if we look closely, we can see he has a repeating pistol. Okay, see you later. That works too. See if he'll try to run back up here. So I don't really want to aggro this giant. I mean, I'm kind of fine with aggroing this giant, but I don't want to take him on with that repeating pistol guy looming around the corner. Seems dangerous. Fortunately, these deuces are slow. Ah, didn't commit. Didn't commit. Decisiveness is everything in the midst of battle. One more hit should have him. 2? Oh, misjudged that. This guy's stronger. This guy must be stronger. He's taking many more hits. That'll be me. That'll be me. Damn, that was a lot of hits compared to the other church giant. I wonder if his black hat signifies more strength. Probably. Okay, so now we need to go retrieve our souls. And then we'll head to Henrik. Well, then we'll head to Hemwick Charnel Lane, make sure that we can access it now, which I think we can. It's my favorite path to take. But we simply must, retrieve our souls. By souls I mean blood. And by blood, I mean blood echoes. Okay, here we go. Hit me across the face, Will. Come on. Hit me across the face twice, will ya? Not feeling that crow right now. Let's get him back out of the picture. Took care of his buddy. That should take care of him. Ooh, that's a new item. Dubious liquid medicine, used in strange experiments conducted by high ministers of the healing church. So here we do have confirmed that minister is a term used to describe church members. So when the people on the street earlier were saying, get the ministers, it seems like there's somewhat of a revolt going on amongst the people of Yharnam. Hunter is able to retain consciousness by force of will. Make use of a secondary effect of the medicine, which dilutes their presence when standing still. So, to normal folk, it's somewhat of a sedative. And to hunters, it is an invisibility tool. Let's see how much we can stagger this guy. Nice. I should use a blood vial, I think. I'm pretty sure I still had leftover damage on me from that botched encounter with the first staff spear wielding idiot. Now, I really don't like to do these fights on stairs because stairs are really flaky when it comes to successfully executing viscerals. But sometimes they work, so sometimes I risk it. Should give us our blood back, or our life back. And I really don't want to fight this guy on the stairs, because this guy's all about getting behind him. So this is problematic. I think maybe I can fight him here. And this guy doesn't actually stagger. Wow. Does this guy really not stagger? Okay, he does sometimes. I guess maybe just not during his wind-up. Got him, got him. Okay. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me again. But I didn't get fooled twice. I only got fooled once. And I'm thinking this guy has my souls? Yep. Don't want to yeet him off the edge there, so that's why I like backed up to this side of him. So I don't want to have to jump down there to deal with him. Alright, now these boys with their pointy sticks, these are not your friends. These guys are actually kind of hard to nail. Okay, got there. Does one do it with them? No, I need a second hit. Yeah, just a small one to finish them off. You really can't let yourself be hit by these guys. No! Oh, damn it. I died. Well, at least I got my souls back. But this is a tough run. This is a tough motherfucking run. I'm guessing we'll get some good souls from, from Henrik. And you know, I could have enough for another level if I just use all of the blood items in my blood inventory. Just saying everything with blood in front of it now. But my blood brain is too stupid for blood intelligence. So I keep bloody dying. Oh, it's bagel time, y'all. Enjoying some delicious cinnamon raisin bagel. I know some people are vehemently against the concept of raisin. And I'm dosing it with some honey pecan cream cheese spread. Going to be a delicious feast, methinks. Wonderful evening time wintry snack. Because sometimes after you die twice in a row, you just get a little down. Nothing turns spin around like a sweet and savory dessert bagel. Okay. No more Mrs. Nice Woman. Give me all of your valuables, sir. Oh, you had nothing. How pitiful. And yours too? And who am I kidding? Best to just... These guys walk a lot faster. So one of the things I like about the enemy design of these guys is that they're very deceptive. So they're very easy to parry, but their two parryable moves look very similar. And one is like a quick hit across the face, and another is kind of like a stabby motion. But they wind up very similarly, and one of them executes much faster. They also walk incredibly slowly until they're engaged in battle, at which point their pace roughly doubles. So I think everything about their design helps to sort of lull you into a false sense of security, I think. Axe guy's just a bastard. I think I'd like to bypass that giant this time. Because I need to get my souls, which I think are in the Frenzy Stick boys. That's what I'm going to call them. Nice. God, I love the strong attack of the Transformed Hunter's Axe. How are your eyes looking over there? Not absorptive? You did not absorb my souls, thankfully. Neither did you. Good. Which means, yep, that man absorbed my souls. Let us liberate them. That was a close one. Too close. Get away from me. Whew. Alright. Just look at my health real quick. I am at full health, which means my frenzy is not built up. Yep, I know. I'm the one you want. These guys are scaring me. I'm scared. I think we can just cheese them with strong attack. That works for me. Okay, let's look at the soul count. Ooh, 1100. I think that's a good time to reawaken. I would continue on to Hemwick, but I have to get through the entire forest to unlock the next lantern at Hemwick. And I've now died twice in a row. Really don't want to risk losing 11,000 plus blood echoes. So we will probably upgrade. I'm not sure. I'd kind of be into some more strength. At this point, starting to invest into strength sort of commits me to a strength build. There's still room for strength arcane and or like a versatile build. Let's go ahead and sell the extra set of Yarnum garments that we have. Keep the top hat. Might buy some throwing knives, I don't know.
Very well. Let the echoes become your strength.
Yes, let them.
Let me stand close. Now shut your eyes.
Looks like I can afford roughly 3 levels. Yep. Okay. Yeah, let's pop them all into strength. Still just have the 1 blood gem. It's fine, that's cool, that's cool. Not bothered. Alright, next up will be Hemrick. And I'm thinking Jordan might be gone a little bit longer than 15, just because I'm not sure if Taco Bells are open on Christmas Day. At least I know they aren't in my part of town, but I'm not sure where Jordan is. He probably doesn't live in the same city or state. Hey doll, how you doing? We will return in 5, and once Jordan's back, we'll go through and deal with Emmerich. Let's go to Cathedral Ward. Cathedral Ward and Odin Chapel. Oh yeah, we haven't talked to him again since we brought the old lady back.
Ah, the hunter. Thank
Yes,
you.
that's me.
To that old girl, you told her about this place, right? Well, she don't offer me much in the way of conversation, but still, I'd rather
Translation,
see her
she's
alive
kind of a
anyhow.
bee. Oh, wonderful. Triumph.
If you find any sane survivors, well, send them a knock to Odin Chapel, will you?
Certainly will. Now, I think that the whole imposter Yosefka Odin Chapel dilemma is really interesting because on its base, we're given two situations, which one of them looks very safe. If you just consider objectively what it is, which is number one, this guy couldn't even smell us because of all the incense here, which confirms my theory that those jars are incense jars. And he says that he's going to take care of the people in the chapel. With Yosefka, if you talk to her at first, which many people might not backtrack to the place where the game began. So for a lot of people, it's going to be a very tough choice because their first interaction is going to be with the imposter. But if you fully explore, like a true Metroidvania player, you will have all the information you need to see that clearly something is amiss at Yosefka's clinic. She did not want anyone there at first, and now she wants people, and she's even willing to pay you for them. And this guy, if you send the old lady there, and chances are the old lady's been kind of a cunt to you, so like, chances are you don't even care what happens to her. And so the fact that the first person to come is this very mean lady, and that, yeah, he admits she's not very much in the way of company, she's not very friendly, but he is glad to have her there. It just gives you more evidence that this guy is a really nice guy, actually. That, like, we can pretty much trust the chapel dweller at this point. Whereas Imposter Yosefka, if we consider what she said at first, her change in voice, her change in attitude, the fact that at first she was insisting no one's let in, and then she's like, oh, people can come in, well, either she's crazy or a liar. And neither of those are good traits in somebody who wants to open their door on the night of a hunt. Odin Chapel. A very interesting place indeed. We're hearing a fate ringing, and I think that it's coming from this lit lantern. I think that is why there are bells on the top of this lantern. Messengers seem very adept at using bells. Bells seem to transport us to different worlds. And this ringing is not present in unlit lanterns. So it implies that once we've lit the lantern, that light is not necessarily an actual mechanical lantern light. It is more of an uplinking to the Dreamlands. And this sort of tinnitus-y faint ringing of the bell that we can hear, I think, confirms that there's an on and an off state of lanterns. Alright, I'm still going to wait for Jordan a little bit before we do Henrik. Let me in! Let me in! I don't think this door will open until we've Bloodstarved Beasted it. And that guy is a real pain in the ass. A real pain in my ass. If you know what I mean. Which you should, because I haven't used any euphemism. Boom, 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 boom. Da, 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 da. Okay, now we can confirm. Oh wait, Hylian is still here.
Don't go near the tomb below Odin Chapel in the Cathedral. I have...
And blind around the side. It's called a sucker punch. These guys also do not stagger very easily at all. No, not you. You. Wow, I'm still not one-hitting these things? Even though I've upgraded my strength? Come on. These are some strong crows. This person got yeeted by a crow. Right into the heart. You're too late. You give blood a bad name. Nice. Shh. My hand through your heart, but you're too late. You give blood a bad name. I would summon Henriette, but I don't want to use my last insight just to have a companion. Goodbye. Yeah, I'm down here. It's not gonna work. That won't work on me. I'm too skilled for you. I know exactly my spacing. That's right. That's right. Stairs are no match for me. Get back there. Okay, well that was bad timing. Yeah, one fell swoop. Almost one fell swoop. Blood vial, bullets, blood vials, thank you. Let that guy just sit there brooding. Try not to aggro the giant. Deal with this fucking jabroni. Really was not trying to aggro that guy too, but I got a little greedy there. Two of these guys is real bad. And they can kind of like just charge through at any point. Ah. Frenzy meter will die down. Let's just keep backing away. I'm not scared. I just like to walk backwards. It's a good exercise. God, these guys are smart. Boy, do I hate these guys. See, just fighting two of them at once is a toughness. It is a blight. Yeah, why don't other guy? Why don't you walk back and your friend walk forward? There we go. And I know all about the high ground. I've seen the third Star Wars. Come on, come on. Oh, it's a nightmare. There we go. Alright. We had the opening we needed. Ooh, close one. Close one, but we got him. We got him, boys. Okay, let's try not to aggro the giant. Don't want to go down there yet. Do want to go down here yet. There's an item over here? Oh, it's down there. There it is. Alright, so again, let's remember about item placement and storytelling. And this is the first time we've encountered a Bloodshot Eyeball. Material used in a holy chalice ritual. An exquisite eyeball. Removed quickly after death, or perhaps even before. Uh-oh. Used to unlock the seal of the old labyrinth hintertombs. Got a bold hunter's mark, sort of indicating that instead of a lantern, we're going to place some item here so that the player knows that we're going into sort of a different area of the world. And you can kind of tell that if you're hip to game design and you see a big corridor or cave or hallway where one might not usually be. It's a good sign that there's some loading going on. Alright, now this place is actually pretty tough. We could just make a mad dash towards the exit, or we could take it slowly. Let's try to take it slowly. This is a damn curse. That's good. Tells us where the gunman is coming from. Means that we can probably use this tree as cover. Get that guy right in his noggin, right in his puppy nog. You can see that guy, which means he can see me. And I think, if we're lucky, we might even get to start farming up some twin bloodstone shards in this section. Okay, so 2 transformed light hits is what it takes to get the dogs dealt with. Which is about the same for the gunmen, actually. They do move very differently. God, and they blend in so well. Ooh, that was fucking lucky. Enough time to heal. Dash out of the way. And that was his second hit. Good. Good, good, good. You're just gonna have bullets for me, aren't you? Now I could zoom back around that way, but that would be a much longer trek, and I don't think the guys from all the way down there will aggro. That guy will aggro, though. I do need to deal with that guy because I cannot safely proceed. This tree cover should be safe. Oh, Mr. Jordan is back. What up, Jordan? So I realized I don't think Eileen fighting Henrik is triggered until Bloodshot Beast. So I am going to try to unlock the lantern here at Hemwick Charnel Lane. 2 dogs. 2 of them. Okay, took one out. Come at me, dog. Oh, fatal flaw. Getting stabbed by my axe. Okay, twin bloodstone shards. Those are really what we're after. And that's a big reason that I come to Hemwick Charnel first things first. That's because exactly. Yeah. You gotta buy the Hunter Chief Emblem, and if you do, then you can do Charnel Lane prior to Vicar Amelia, and I really like to have access to the Rune Workshop tool, because you can actually get some pretty good runes prior to fighting Amelia. Also, this is a great farming area early on. This is going to get us a lot of what's it called? A lot of twin bloodstone shards. And a lot of souls. I mean, blood echoes. How many echoes we got? 11,000 again? Yeah, we might as well level up. Now that we've unlocked this. Alright, so Hemwick Charnel Lane is an interesting place. Very, very lore-rich place, I believe. Putting away my cream cheese. Goodbye, cream cheese. You served me well. Alrighty. Let us
Welcome. What is it you
channel
desire?
our blood echoes.
Very well. Let
2 levels. Alright, let's take our vitality and endurance up to 17.
there.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Sorry I don't have time to chat, Mom. I'm busy. Oh yeah. Hemwick is at this tombstone. Oh, this is interesting. This has actually made me reconsider my theory. Okay, so I have a theory that has to do with these big beauties. So, this looks a lot like me to both underneath the Nexus and Demon Souls and Ash Lake. You look out into the distance, you see a lot of arch trees. Now, I'd always kind of assumed that it's not a coincidence that we see very similar landscape here, because we are in the Dreamlands right now, and it could be that this is the top of those stumps and that they've been cut off because they're not full worlds. We're in Dreamlands, so these could be other potentials. Could be that we're on top of one right now, and that we're on a pillar, and that those are just taller, but all those pillars seem to be the same height. But it could be that it's completely surreal or completely abstract. It could even be that this is under the world rather than over it, because whenever you go up to these headstones, I didn't realize it till now, but they all say awaken above ground, implying that we are below ground right now. Hemwick Charnel Lane. So notable things about Hemwick Charnel Lane. Number 1. What is a charnel lane? Well, a charnel house is a house of the dead. You bring dead bodies there for embalming, for disposal, yada yada. And based on a lot of items we'll find here, I think that it is very clear that this is a charnel lane. A lane that leads up to the charnel house, which is where the boss takes place in. Now, the other interesting thing about Hemwick, and I'm not sure why this is, but it goes to my theory that the canon gender of Bloodborne is perhaps female, is that we only see females here, with the exception of a few clobbering brutes. And the females don't seem to be going through the same sort of beastliness. Maybe they are. I mean, their left hands do seem longer. Or maybe not. But they seem like they're just kind of drunk, you know? They're mad, they're chanting, they're cackling. They've got butcher knives. That one's crying. But they don't actually seem all that beastly. Their necks seem a little bit longer. And actually they're... Let's see if we can take a look at this lady's hand. Get over here, body. No, not over the messengers. Alright, let's take a look. Because this is important stuff. I'm not trying to upskirt a dead lady, by the way, Justin. You came in at a weird time. I'm trying to see what signs of the scourge these women bear, and you know, it's kind of confirming my theory here. I'm not really seeing signs of the beastly scourge. I mean, she looks disheveled and skinny, but that's not weird for medieval times or whatever. Feudal times, Victorian times, wherever the fuck we're set in. Post-gunpowder, so probably like Victorian. her teeth look pretty normal. She has some bandages on her nose and stuff, but that's fine. And her arms kind of look like they're the same length, and it doesn't look like there's any, like, clawing going on there. Her fingers don't look any larger than they would normally be. I thought that was hair at first, but those are just bandages. And I have this theory that, women are important in Bloodborne because of how much reference there is to childbirth. You know, we have the cycle of Mensis, or the Nightmare of Mensis, which is very similar sounding to Menses. Menses are what's expelled during the menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle is characterized by expelling blood that has a subtle mucus present in it. That mucus is uterine lining that the ovum is attached to, and that the uterus sheds during periods. And also, you get specific dialogue in this area if you choose a female character, which is why, if you look at all my load files, most of my characters are women, because you can't technically get all of the unique dialogue in this game if you play as a man. You have to play as a woman to get a lot of the unique dialogue. I don't think that's a coincidence. Like, child-rearing, motherhood, the moon, like, just lots of references to human reproductive cycles. And so I think it's very notable that we don't really see men in Hemwick Charnel Lane. We don't see the typical, like, beastly men. We do see executioners and brutes, sort of hired muscle, kind of, but we don't really see the beastly villagers. And it doesn't really look like, I'm just going to assume this until I'm proven wrong, it doesn't really look like the women undergo a beastly transformation. They might go a little crazy during Nights of the Hunt. But if any of the women were going to undergo transformation, I mean, you bet your ass it'd be here. They're dealing with all of these dead bodies. They're dealing with all this beast blood. They'd be exposed to the plague. So it's interesting to me that we don't see more signs of beastliness. Now, we've looked at one of those bodies. I kind of want to look at one of these red-hooded bodies and try to see what we can see. Now, let's see if I can flip her over. There we go. Okay. And again, I am seeing old, disheveled bandage, but I'm not really seeing beast. Like, let's look at her hands a little bit. That could be like a hair texture, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a weird lighting. Her fingers don't look any longer than normal. Her arms kind of look like they're both the same distance and relatively normal. Like, we don't have these overgrown left arms. So I think I'm pretty prepared to say that at least in Hemwick Charnel Lane, whether it be through some protection that these ladies get from concocting these rituals or extracting these body parts, but they seem to be protected from it in some way. And the only thing that could feasibly protect one's blood from a blood plague, like the likes of which are going on in Yharnam, would be things like, you know, the quality of that blood and what that blood does, and whether or not that blood is quote-unquote fertile. And Odin, as we know, is super interested in fertile women because he tries to procreate with many of them throughout the game, and succeeds/fails. It's hard to say. He describes in one of the Odin runes, it describes the specific holy blood, the one that he's interested in being containing a subtle mucus, which, like I said, the way that you medically describe menstrual blood is blood that contains the subtle mucus of the uterine lining that is also expelled with the endometrium of the unfertilized egg. And so it could be very possible that the beast plague just doesn't affect women in the same way, because the things that are going on inside of a woman's body are useful for reproduction, and we know that the elder gods are very interested in reproduction as they cannot do it themselves. And so I think that this has a lot to do with why women don't seem to go as bad as the blood addicts men, who clearly turn into beasts. And I think a lot of people would just assume that it was pointlessly gendered, that like, oh yeah, all the beast men in Yharnam are men, and all the women in Hemwick are women, because like the women are witches and the men are beasts and werewolves and witches. But I think that Miyazaki goes a lot deeper than that, pretty intentionally. And so, alright, so here is actually where we get unique dialogue for being a woman.
Do you hear the graveyard murmurs? Then it's almost time.
Almost time.
Oh, I can't wait. I just can't wait.
Just a very creepy excitement, you know, a mania. Like, we're not talking madness like going insane out of fear. We're talking mania, like madness going insane out of anticipation, out of excitement, out of lust for something. And I don't think it's called the Ritual of Mensis for no reason. Like, it's not a coincidence that Mensis and Menses are sound exactly the same, and Menses are the things that are expelled in the menstrual cycle and during menstruation. We've got another Bloodshot Eyeball. Alright, so sort of departing from the interesting fact or exploration of women in Hemwick, we see these Bloodshot Eyeballs at the beginning of Hemwick Charnel Lane, and we see them throughout, and I think that it's our first ritual material that we discover. And so I think what it implies is that a dual purpose for the Healing Church of Hemwick is not just to dispose of all these bodies, but also to extract useful resources from them. I think those resources include ritual materials like, you know, spines, organs, red jellies, bloodshot eyeballs, but also for the church's military wing, bone ash. Ash that can reinforce the strength of firearms. I think that either that is a product of Yharnam requesting that stuff, or it could be a product of Hemwick's proximity to Canehurst, because we know that blood ash is very popular amongst the Canehurst Knights, and so it could be that Hemwick's proximity to Canehurst implies that they are sort of a community that isn't strictly under the domain of the Healing Church, but perhaps is more of an independent community made up of sort of witch-like women who understand these ritual items and maybe have passed down ways to extract these things from bodies, and so they serve both the community of Yharnam and the community of Canehurst. And since Canehurst has been there presumably for longer than Yharnam has, it could even be that Hemwick Charnel Lane was originally like a fiefdom underneath the castle authority of Castle Canehurst. There's not necessarily anything to suggest that it's part of Yharnam, especially since you have to go through the woods to get to Yharnam, and the architecture in Hemwick is decidedly last generation if you compare it to the architecture in Yharnam. And you would assume that if Yharnam had, like the Healing Church had sole authority over Hemwick Charnel Lane, they might be doing some upgrades. But we still see thatched roofs, relatively medieval, like these stones that are just falling down, graveyards everywhere. Just an interesting angle on Hemwick Charnel Lane, I think. Hey, man. That's my face you just hit with a brick. There we go. Papa's got it back. Papa got the magic. That's right. So we do see men like this. And I am interested in these men, if you know what I mean. Not like that. Not like that. I'm interested because we see the beast plague transformation, and then we see these just like brutes. And I wonder if this is like kind of like the Thumerian kind of giants that wear bells around their neck that we see in Yharnam. I wonder if this is the result of some sort of experimentation that's been done by the Healing Church, or some sort of ritual experimentation that's been done by maybe the witches of Hemwick Charnel Lane. But the interesting thing to me is that we see these sort of just around in cities. We see sort of the same frame in the church executioners. The church executioners are kind of built the same way. And we see them here in Hemwick Charnel Lane, so I imagine it's some sort of offshoot of a part of the plague. Nice, more twin bloodstone shards. Oh, hey. throwing some fire at me, huh? That'll teach you. Alright, now I think we have a little scuttlebug to capture up here. No? Just an ambush. Anything in here? Nope. Soon, I will kill you in one hit, Grows. Now, I'm always very, very cautious not to kill the crow that wants to be our friend, because there is, pretty sure the game's only passive crow sitting about in this wooded glen. There they are. There they are right there. What if they're blind and deaf? I don't know. I mean, he just doesn't get angry. Treat bird with care. Yes, thank you. I'm not gonna hurt you, bird. I don't think there's much lore going on with friend bird. Like, I very much doubt that there is a lore reason for this bird to be non-aggressive. Probably just a bug. But I love friend bird. He's just hanging out. Alright, see you, crow. Let's activate this lift. Got our shortcut, our first one. I think Charnel Lane is just crafted really well, too. Oh yeah, I love JSF. I was not aware of his garrison theory. But if you could, like, tell me which video that's in. I mean, that must be in his him with Charnel Lane video. But I could see that. Like a garrison of soldiers. So that would explain the women in the sense that, assuming that we're in wartime, a garrison would be emptied really quickly. And, I mean, we're not technically at war, but really the church is at war with, you know, like the Beast Plague. And so the idea then would be that the garrison would be empty because the men have been plundered by Yharnam and the Healing Church probably to continue its fight on the night of the hunt. And so only the women will be left behind? I don't buy that it's a garrison, though, because it seems very old and sprawling. It's connected to Canehurst. I think it's more likely a serfdom to Canehurst, because we know that Canehurst is older than Yharnam, and that there are lots of secrets in Canehurst. We also know that Canehurst is a matriarchal society. You know, Canehurst is ruled over by a queen, and so the fact that it's mostly women here in Hemwick could be sort of a callback to that. Will he see me? Don't see me. I want to read this item in peace. Thank you. But I'm open to different ideas. I'm gonna look for signs that it might be a garrison. But everything that I've seen, the tools don't seem to be that of like a place where you'd house soldiers. They seem to be that of a place where you'd house and do experiments on dead bodies. What did we just pick up? Bone ash. Bone marrow ash. Okay. Additional medium that strengthens quicksilver bullets. According to the workshop, this is a special bone marrow ash collected from Hemwick Charnel Lane. Okay. So according to the workshop. So they collect it from Hemwick Charnel Lane. Invaluable to hunters with weak blood tinge who require the use of stronger firearms. Sort of a steroid. Interesting bit of art there. I wonder what that tool is. I wonder if that's like a baster, like something to infuse your bullets with. Maybe put a quicksilver bullet on the end and infuse it. Interesting. Okay, I kind of thought that would give me a visceral. Here's the thing, I'm scared of fire, and this lady keeps throwing it at me. Wow, I am really surprised I'm not dead by now. Oh, I should have just tried to visceral him on the bridge like usual, but at least I opened a shortcut right before. Ugh. But yeah, about the garrison, I think it's too much of a coincidence that a charnel house is a house for packing bodies, and that this is called a charnel lane. But I'm also seeing these, like, where are they? These, like, flags around, which I can see, like, giving, like, garrison-like vibes. Like these spires. But I think these spires are more indicative of chimneys, really. That just there's a lot of burning of bodies going on here. Alright, let's go through the shortcut. Get back our, like, 16,000 blood echoes or whatever. Whoa! You moved to the side right away, didn't you, lady? Oh yeah, you've got a lot of stamina. Alright, done with. We've got her using a heated up spade. So she's presumably some sort of grave digger. Body's hanging up. Okay, let's see who absorbed our souls. Don't push me off the ledge, baby. I don't want to die like that. Heal just to be safe, just to be a safe one. Well, well, well. If it isn't the same fucker. You have my souls, do you? I'm right over here, dude. Can you not see with all of my souls in your eyes? Idiot. Idiot. And backing up into that would have been a death trap. Now, I could buy that instead of a garrison, Hemwick Charnel Lane is sort of like an experimentation house to craft these brutes, because I just can't think of an explanation for these brutes. And they've got a lot of bandages on them, and maybe like since the first sections of Bloodborne sort of recall the holy trinity of like vampires, Kinger's Castle, like witches and werewolves, could be that this is a sort of Frankenstein. This is like an amalgamation, like patchwork sort of creature. It's put together with the strongest parts of dead bodies that come into the charnel lane. Alright, fire lady. Stuck behind a pillar, are you? Stuck behind a dead horse, eh? And I think the presence of horses here, especially since it's not at all close to the opening, implies that these are not horses for soldiers. These are horses for carriages. Like to bring out your dead kind of thing, you know? Whoa, uncool. Don't know how I masterfully handled that combat encounter, but I did. At my full health, I am, well, close to it. And I've got... Man, I thought I had more souls than that. Oh wait, no, I spent that 11,000, right? Okay. I want to open this next shortcut, though. Before I spend my souls. Get over here, you little scamp. Little bundle of heads. Kind of cute, really. Forgot to re-equip my hand lantern. I like it as a note. Over here, old man. More madman's knowledge. Interesting. So again, I ascribe to the belief that if we find madman's knowledge, we should stop and think about a location for a little bit longer than we normally would. So the interesting things I'm finding about this location are, number one, we can hear creaking on the roof. Sounds either like something swinging or someone walking on the roof. And we also get a real clear view to Yarnum. Oh, no worries, Jordan. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Yeah, share it with your Bloodborne friends. I hope they enjoy it. And yeah, it'll be on the channel for you to watch whenever you're ready. Happy Christmas, and enjoy some time with the folks, bud. Right. Ooh, a blood gem. Okay, let's read this puppy. A blood gem that fortifies weapons and adds variable properties. Blood gems are especially rare bloodstones that grow on cold blood. Blood gems are kneaded into weapons using workshop tools, but only when matching shapes apply. Most radial blood gems have effects that bear upon physical attacks. Good to know. That's a nasty hammer. Let's just see what's going on this table real quick. We've got pen and paper, a potion, an inkwell or a water, or like some sort of carafe, books, candle, giant fucking axe. Now, it is also interesting that the blood ministers, like the guy that we meet first, they seem to be in wheelchairs. Perhaps this is a knock-on effect of so much continued exposure to the plague. But for whatever reason, they seem to have a higher status because they're old, which is very rare. We don't see a lot of old people. And they have their wits about them mostly. I think that perhaps their blood has a very high tinge because they all use firearms. And here we get the first glimpse of the masterful Castle Cainhurst, really recalling, I think, Dracula's castle in the various Castlevania games. Especially the color of the sky behind it. It's like pure, it's like Symphony of the Night style over there. Oh, hey, giant mallet woman. I'm gonna yeet you right off this edge. Told ya. Oh, I want your item, though. Blast. I shall never acquire that item. Now I will never get your sacred jewel. I want that rune. Get some bullets over here. Get some cobble dew over here. Try to take on a big boy over here. There he is. There's the big boy. Get over here, big boy. Come sit in Regis's lap. Haha. Doofus. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's this about not being dead to one visceral? Hey, man. Uncool. You don't have to bring your burning spade. For real, though. Burning spade? Good call. Please don't slip off the roof, giant brute. I want your blood vials. You always give me a lot. Giant brute with his... Oh, shiny coins. Damn it. You got me. You got me. I think I heard the pitter-patter of a little walking head thing. That's run off by now, though. Hey. Hey. Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, it's a dog. I hate dogs. A dog with so many swords in it. Are those swords or are those its blood, I wonder? We're gonna have to take a look at that. Oh, this could be the missing link that I searched for. I'm gonna be right back and I'm gonna examine your body thoroughly when this woman is no longer throwing fire at me. Hey, I need you to stop engulfing my body with flames, please. Thank you. Alright, now let's examine this pitiful creature. I think some interesting things are going on with his feet. Yep, this is the missing link that I thought it might be. Okay, move over body for a second. So, in its mouth, we have implanted some spiky fellows. And if I'm looking at this correctly, its front feet look as though they may have been replaced surgically. Okay, not replaced. It looks like enhanced by using what looks to be barbed wire. Maybe it's just rope. And attaching giant knives to them. God, that seems like a pain to affix to a dog. In their back, it looks like either those knives are protruding from their body, or these little thatches of like cloth have these knives affixed to them, and they've been sort of circled around the dog's body to give it some sort of spiky armor. And I imagine spikes are a pretty good, like it's kind of a kamikaze pilot kind of thing, because you gotta assume that these were crafted to deal with beasts, right? And so maybe the thinking is if you can, like, get a dog stuck to them, ripping them apart and causing them to bleed quite a lot, then they're going to be a lot easier to deal with. But what I had originally thought is that these dogs had been enhanced, quote-unquote enhanced, by the witches here in Charnel Lane, and that was going to give a bit of credence to my theory about maybe these big boys being Frankensteins, but it looks like they're not really enhanced surgically. They just sort of have spikes affixed to their bodies. And there she is. There she is. She tried to grab me. She tried to hug me. Yeah, well, you sicken me with your hug. You don't want to hug me. You want to disembowel me. I need to listen for more of their voice lines, too. Now, see, if this were a garrison, and I know Jordan has left the chat, and I'm just going to keep slamming on JSF's idea. JSF has a lot of really great ideas, and all good lore hunters are unafraid to explore ideas that could be wrong, because that's honestly what most of your ideas are going to be, probably wrong. But I really don't think there's a lot of evidence to suggest garrison. God damn it! I should stop trying to explain things while fighting executioners. Because if this were a garrison, I'd expect there to be a lot more executioners here. Also, it doesn't make a lot of sense to put your garrison right next to the woods, because it's not very easy to walk a bunch of horses through the woods. And I guess you could make an argument that it was a garrison specifically for Castle Canehurst. I mean, it seems like Canehurst had a bunch of knights inside of it, and those knights were a lot better equipped at fighting than even a lot of hunters are, right? Because they've been doing it for longer. Okay, this is actually a pretty dangerous road back. I can't believe I died that close to the shortcut. I really should have been more cautious. Also, this looks like a service dolly. This looks like a lift not for people or troops, but a lift for like a bunch of bodies piled up on each other. Hey lady, come over here to my area, but please stop hitting me with your fiery spade. Hey big boy, hey big fella. So cold, dear sister. So, like, this is the line that keeps bugging me. Why would they say that? They wouldn't just put that in there. It's not like dudes are walking around just lamenting that they're cold, dear sister. Like, that's got to be there for a reason. And now that I'm thinking about this Frankenstein angle, that maybe they are composites of other stronger bodies, sort of like made here in the charnel lane. Well, a Frankenstein's monster would be cold. They'd be very cold. And it might be that Dear Sister is referring to the things that craft them, and I would imagine that it's the women in this village who would do the crafting of them, because they don't seem to be affected by the plague. They seem to be handling dead bodies quite a lot, and they have all sorts of butcher tools that they're equipped with. They have ways of scooping out people's eyes. You know, they're ready to work on some bodies, and so it could be that when these guys wake up, because they're Frankensteins, that they say, so cold, dear sister, because they are cold, because they're Frankensteins, monsters, and women are the first things that they see, because women are who craft them. Get away! Stop throwing fire on me! Stop that! So fucking rude. So rude of you to just throw fire at me. Okay, so that's the room that we heard creaking on the roof. We can't get on that roof. I am perplexed by what that creaking could have been. You can hear it from here too. Oh, that's what it is. It's these doorways. Just blowing in the wind, I suppose? Yeah, it does reek of ambush, you're right. Blood vial, yeah, baby. Don't. Nope, nope, you're not gonna fool me this time with your oh, man. Man, pairing the dogs and the gunmen, not nearly as bad. And you know, I think that those gunmen in the forest might be out in the forest because they were kicked out. I think the gunmen in the forest were the men in this village. And they began showing signs of beasthood, and the women were just like, no, get the F out. We're doing our business. It's the night of the hunt. We got charnel business over here. Get the hell out of the charnel lane, boys. I think that's what's going on. I think the men at the beginning of this village are the men that were in this village. They're now lookouts because they've been showing signs of beasthood, and so the women have kicked them out. And I think that the women are the chief practitioners in this village of the charnel house. I think that they're in charge of burning the bodies, cremating them, manufacturing bone marrow ash and bloodshot eyeballs and various other ritual parts from the bodies. I think they could have learned this from Canehurst, and they could be a little serfdom to Canehurst, and Canehurst could be the older institution here. Could be that the charnel lane is the older institution than Yarnum, because we know that Canehurst is older than Yarnum. Could be that they're a group of practitioners that serves as charnel house for both Canehurst and Yharnam, or it could be that they simply serve Yharnam and just bear a proximity to Cainhurst. God, that is such a beautiful shot. Such Castlevania vibes. Alright, so there is the charnel house itself. Remember, this is Hemwick Charnel Lane, so pretty much the path we've been taking is a lane up to this charnel house, and it's why all of the shortcuts sort of follow the same path. It's the main central lane up to this charnel house, and this charnel house seems to more likely have been more directly connected to Castle Cainhurst than it was to Yharnam, but it is pretty directly connected to both, so the origins are unclear. Alright, Lady with Mallet. Hello, Lady with Mallet. I will jump on you. I will yeet you off the side of this building. Nope, you're dead. That's fine. I crave you, item. I will acquire you. Mark my fucking words. Come over here. Couldn't stand up to me. And yeah, it's very interesting to me that these ladies do not seem to be at all affected by the Beast Plague. Except for perhaps their state of mind. They do seem a little bit blood drunk. Or euphoric, manic. They seem to know a lot more about what's going on than the men do. Or at least the woman in that first house did. She said that she couldn't wait soon. Okay, you're just gonna not die in one visceral? You're just gonna... Yeah, twofer. Oh, whew, that was a close one. Okay. Give me your vials. Thank you. Thank you for your fluids, dear sir. I appreciate them. I actually am rather fascinated by that so-called Dear Sister revelation, though. I think there is credit, because these guys do not look malformed by a beast plague. They honestly look like Frankenstein monster kind of guys, like pieced together. Even their clothes indicate that. They're wearing bandages. Their pants are all patched up. They all have bandages on their face. And the fact that they all say "so cold, dear sister" is really weird, because they probably don't all have the same sister. And they say it in a bunch of different places, but it would make sense if they were cold because they're Frankenstein's monsters. And, you know, they don't have that body heat that would normally be there. Instead, they've just been zapped through with some sort of magic power or electricity or something. And they say "dear sister" because they're crafted by these witch women. I am going to explore that thread, baby. Explore it thoroughly. Hey! I will not die. Instead, I will kill you. Alright, I see you, dog. And I see you too, lady. I'm not fooled. I will slowly approach and use my windy move. Oh, how did that not hit the dog? Oh, that's a fire. Don't want to go into that fire. And I went into the fire. Hey, at least dog has to go into fire too now. And these women do seem to be keen on making body modifications, as these dogs show us. Let's look a little bit here. Posted up to dry, I suppose. This one's clearly looking like a hanging upside down rune. This one looks like the Hunter's Mark. Not sure why you would do this, other than maybe get a certain sort of organ that needs to be dried. Oh. You just barely avoided my cheese, woman. See, if these women were coming down with the plague, they'd have longer arms. So cold, dear sister, but doodly-dee-doo-ba-ba. Who has my souls? Is it him? Does he have them? Does he have my souls? I mean my blood. Does he have my blood? I mean my blood echoes. Maybe if I quietly walk over here, I can open this shortcut without them noticing. Nice. Alright, well now, at least if I die, I can get back here way more quickly. Who has my souls? Show me your eyes. Oh, it's him. He has my souls. Yeah, you're a big boy, too. See, these church executioners, I understand why they're here. They're here guarding the Hemwick Charnel Crossing, because they're idiots, and they're trying to find ways to get to Canehurst. But they share a stature. Oh, feels good, baby. See how many I have. 21, oh my god. 21,000. 21,000. 21,000. Oh, I'm greedy, though. I'm gonna kill this poop head. I'm gonna... Yep. He heard that. I swear they pick up on things you say on your mic. Just make the enemies just really... Oh, I got there. But can I get back? No. Okay, let's get away. Gonna heal twice. It's times like this where I really miss my HUD. Oh, I got there. Whew. These guys always tighten my butthole. Alright, so I do really want that rune down there, though. I want that rune. I'm gonna go get it. And mark my words, these dogs are gonna tear me apart. Oh yeah, I forgot how many goddamn dogs there are. There are like 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5. 2 hits, baby. 2 transform hits. But multiple dogs at once, 2 dogs at once is terrifying. 3, you're just fucking dead. You're either very lucky or you're dead. Dash in. There we go. Oh, come on. What are you, a stronger dog? Taking 3 hits to die? Taking 3 hits to die, come on. Welcome to the stream, y'all. We're talking a bit about level design, a bit about lore. And see, this is what I meant by the structure of the shortcuts, and why, like, it makes sense that it's called a Hemwick Charnel Lane. Because there is the Charnel House. I imagine this area is called Hemwick. And this is the lane. All of the shortcuts, like the first shortcut is a lift that takes you right over there. And the second shortcut is this gate that opens, and this is the main lane that you either send the bodies up or down. And it used to function as a Hemwick Charnel crossing, because it used to be a crossing for Castle Canehurst until these fuckers smashed up the bridge. Alright, let's go around here and just make sure that the dogs are... that there aren't any more dogs hiding for us, and that there aren't any items over here either. Nope, it looks like we've dealt with most of the dogs. Oh, there's one more dog. Yep, there was a 6th. I was right. I should have trusted my first instinct. Okay, 2 hits. Yeah. Throwing fire. I get you. Boom, boom, dashing. Like a swift owl or dolphin. Like a dolphin of the land. That's right. Okay, any more? No. Good. Some more cold blood. Muy delicioso. A little bit of a note over here. Time for courage. I agree. Especially if you're scared of the heights. Oh, okay. So our first rune. Let us read about Lake. Alright. A couple things to note at first for the rune. So there are some artistic things that I think are interesting on this rune. Number one is they seem to be cast in leather. Like it looks like they're on a backdrop of leather. Either implying they've been carved into it or branded into it. Probably they're on some piece of leather that you can keep and look at. Kind of like the same way that a piece of paper has the like Bold Hunter's Mark on it. Bold Hunter's Mark's just piece of parchment, right? So, a kill rune that transcribes inhuman sounds. This transcription of the Great Ones in human voices ripples like a watery reflection. This rune means lake, and those who memorize it enjoy reduced physical damage. I would love to enjoy reduced physical damage. Great volumes of water serve as a bulwark guarding sleep, and an augur of the eldritch truth. I think I understand what that means now. Augur. An augur. So an augur is like something that essentially trenches, like something that digs a hole for a post to go into. or for something to enter into. And from what I understand about the Eldritch Truth, vis-a-vis my theory about hosting infant great ones as little pearl slugs in our ears, them using our cochlea as shells, it could be that the way that we get them into our ears is with some sort of volume of water that acts as an auger. Overcome this hindrance and seek what is yours. But in order to do that, I will need the Rune Workshop tool, which is accessible via the boss battle in this here charnel house. But before I do that, I would quite like to level up. Whenever I go into surgery, I like to bring my surgical long gloves. Why, might you ask? It's because the intricate embroidery weaves a spell that protects me, their wearer. I am a hunter, this is my hat, my hunter hat, my hunter hat. Hey lady. Haha, faked you out. Gonna level up my axe. Totally fake her out. Nice. Got enough for a +4. Let's take a quick comparison. This one gives me more thrust, but there's actually no thrust of the transformed hunter's axe. So I'm just gonna leave that be.
Welcome home.
Actually, I'm not going to level up yet, because I want to spin my gushers, my blood gushers. Delicious. Nice. 30,000 souls. Quite
Well, what is it?
a hefty
Very
load
well.
at this stage.
Let the echoes become your strength.
Let the echoes become
Let
your
me stand.
strength. Okay, so I have 4 levels available. Let's go up to 20 vitality, up to 18 endurance. Ladies love it when you got stamina, fellows. Alright, and I think we will go ahead and knock out the Witches of Hemwick. Equip ourselves a rune or two. And then head to Old Yarnum next episode. Rose Madness. Shortcut time. The one mariachi band player in Hemwick. Waha! Little Red Riding Hood. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. What a nice button. Okay, go past. Not going up that much. Hey! Hey! Give me my health back! Come on! Just embarrass myself. Just embarrass myself. Okay, that lady is definitely a threat. Got her. Right in the chin. Chin up there, old girl. Chin up there. Let's yeet this lady off the edge. Goodbye. You've been yeeted. Uh-oh. These two want to yeet me together. Wonder if I can take them out in one fell swoop. Nope. But I can do a swirly. Give me your fluids, thank you. Delicious. Delicious fluids. Alright. Hey, buddy. Hey. Got him. Stay down. Stay down. That's right. Give me your fluids. You know the deal. You know how it goes. That guy's over there crying like a little pussy. Let's do a little swirly boy. Let's do another one. Get out of here. Thank you for your fluids. And, oh, did not know they could jump down from that cliff over there. I shall roll away. Like a skilled roller. Don't do that. That's just unnecessary for you to have a ranged attack. I want to do a swirl move. This lady's so fast. You terrible at throwing those. Yeah, you should stick to hitting me with that cleaver, because that works. Okay, don't want to aggro that guy. Whew, that was lucky. Could have easily aggroed that guy much earlier. Okay. I think I still need to open this delightful goodie. What treasures do you bear for me? Tempering blood gemstone. This one is shaped like a triangle. I know my shapes. You know, I believe there is a scampering little head creature in here. There he is. Always wondered where he came from. He comes from the ceiling. Nice. Twin bloodstone shards. Madman's knowledge. Empty. Lots of weird bodies. Bodies tied down to beds. Bodies made out of heads. Unintentional rhyme. Having a great time. Okay, piles of bodies. Me accidentally reading a note fine, even without reading it, but I trust that it was fine. Top of a barrel. More piles of bodies. And these are small bodies. Are they? Wait, no, they're not that small. I guess they're just dehydrated. No mercy for small ladies. Time for strong foes. Okay, let's see. 12,000. Yeah, that's fine. I'm at full health. Let's get some extra bullets. Let's get some extra life. And let's start this mother effort. Scary, too scary. Instead, get out of town. Get out of fucking town. Are you here? Where are you? Which secret spot are you in, old woman? Are you up here on these stairs? Are you on the stairs? Nope. So you must be down here by these beds. Oh, there you are. There you are. Don't try to use your magics here. There we go. There we go. Where have you gone this time, old woman? Here? Is it here? Is it back here? Is it underneath the bridge where the spooky wraith is? It is. It's the same place. Wow, that's a trick. It's the oldest trick in the book right there. It's the same exact place. Where did you go? Are you over here? Ah, you're over here. I'm gonna murder you. Real good. Damn. Where are you now? I'm tired of you walking around and spooking me all the time. But, you know, it's your room too. We gotta share the space. I'll just leave you over there. Stop running at me with the force of a terrifying wraith, woman, please. Same spot again. You love this spot. This is your favorite spot. See, this boss fight really would be smarter to have a heads-up display so that I could know when the second witch appears. Okay, so now the second witch will appear. There she is. There she is. You can't hide from me, old woman. You can't. I know exactly where you are because of your stupid little lantern. And we've got the two voices singing now because there are two people bothering me. Oh, that one's dead. Okay, good. Glad to see that. Oh, underneath then, are ya? This spot again. You love this spot, you barnacle-covered old woman. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Did you go over here? Did you go over here? No. Where was that? Where was that? Down here? Over here? That's a lot of wraiths. Ha! You shot your own witch friend in the butt. That's funny. No! That's not funny. No! Get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out of here. Please. Please let me have some life left. No, come on. Come on. Exactly where I was rolling to? Oh, come on. Baloney. Baloney, I say. Alright, we'll go again. My roommate has come home, but not inside yet, so the dog is whining. Crazy ladies yelling in the moonlight. There we go. And he didn't see me. Haha, now I'm down here. Notably less safe, probably? At least this tree is providing me cover from this fire. Get down, stay down. There we go. And let's deal with the fire woman. Hello, fire woman. Goodbye, fire woman. Really? Damn, you are a strong lady. Okay, okay. Be very quiet. I'm gonna quietly walk. Please don't notice me. Definitely did notice me. They're pretty fat though, they can't run that fast. Okay, we're gonna do the classic run really fast, only dealing with the enemies which we have to deal with, which be these ladies. Oh, hey. Hey, buddy. This has gotten to be more of a get-together than I really would like. To be honest, I never really have tried running past. Okay, you're gonna have to just stop that, and then I'm gonna have to roll away really fast, like a spastic maniac. And there we go. Okay. 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 And and health is almost at full. That's fine. Whew. Okay, let's do this. Really should turn on the heads-up display, but I'm not going to because I am true to my word. Okay, let's see where they went. Over here? Nope. Underneath the bridge times? Nope. Won't be. Aha! Good 4 hits in. Let's see where they went next. Classic. Great spot. Back right corner. Where now, I wonder? Under the bridge, maybe? No. Oh, this spot again. Stop that. Second witch. Second witch time? I think so. I think the music has changed. There's more wraiths. Fuck you, barrels. There's no witch over here. Is there a witch up and here she is. Trying to use her magics. Yeah, come on over here, guys. Slowly. Haha, now I've trapped you. There you are. Over here? No? Don't drop down on me. Ha 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 ha! I found you again. I need you to die though, lady. Over here? Nope. Over here, yep. There she goes. Now stay dead. Haha. Here's a lady. That's some good hits in. Okay, and yep, am surrounded. Your magic doesn't work when I'm falling through the air. Probably could have got a 4th hit in then. Okay, where are you? There you are. Other side by your wraith buddies. Not into that, so we're gonna go for the second witch, who should be over here. Maybe. Maybe she's over here. Oh, she's still dead. That's good. Oh, here you are. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Well, well, well. If it isn't the same witch that I've been fighting. Let's just make sure this witch is still dead. Nope, this witch is no longer dead. No! No, 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 let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Well, at least the wraiths are nowhere near me. God, I wish this wind-up wasn't so long and stressful. No, come on. God damn it. Stop ripping my eyes out of my socket, please. God damn it. I can't even tell which one's going to use which thing. Okay, this is not a good situation to be in here. Let me roll away. Nope, that's me being dead. Okay. Damn it. Oh. I really should turn the HUD on to see which one I'm attacking. Which one has less health, which one has more. Give me that health back. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, we going to get them this time. Mark it my words. If we don't get him this time, we'll get him next time. This is the ambush lady who I always forget about until it's too late. Check. Present. You fell down. Damn it. God damn it. God damn it. I got too greedy. You know what that means? It's too late. It's too late. Simple as that. We're going to call it here. And we're going to meet up tomorrow. We're going to take out those damn witches. We're going to get that Carol Rune tool prior to doing Vicar Amelia and Bloodshot Beast. And we're going to equip Lake, and we are going to have notable increases in our physical defense. Thanks for watching. If you did, this will be up on the channel, of course. Tune in tomorrow, noon Central, and we'll continue.